My time. I'm sitting in Rostock, Germany. I'm Matt Fox coming at you with some really disgusting stuff that's going on today. Number one, we have already seen that Iran is attacking. And another thing, Joe Rogan sells out. All right. I'm coming to you guys from Rostock, Germany. Just so you know, my name is Matt Fox, and this is Trump at War. Mission Creep. Um, this has been going on for a while, and it's been going on too long. It's costing the Americans taxpayers $1 billion a day, and the price of oil is now sitting at 107 bucks, 107.57 a barrel. That means your prices are going to be going up even more. You possibly were paying, what is it now? Let me see here. Let me see what it's looking at. So here in Germany, I can tell you that the price has gone up over €1 per liter per liter. You know what I'm saying? That's like one third of a gallon. Mm. And for you guys, it's gone up. Ooh, up to 415. 415 in America. The price of gas has gone up more and more and more. The price per gallon is going up more and more and more. And what's even harder about that whole thing is that some people are trying to deny that this stuff is going on. Maybe they just got enough money to spend all their money on gas, and it's yeah, not anything that worries them. So, but I'm gonna call out some things that maybe other people have not called out. All right? Okay, let me go ahead and just put it out there. I have had a lot of friends in government, in the intelligence field, and I used to work for one guy. He was a CIA agent and he was overseas deployed. He did a lot of things. And yeah, this guy, I used to drive him around from bar to bar. I mean, he would only be there in his home like a couple of times a year, and I would only drive him around a couple of times. But he was always very dangerous. And this guy, I would take him to bars, and he wouldn't conversate with anybody except for the bartender. Bartender would serve him a drink, and if anybody talked to him or approached him or whatever, I mean, the bartender would warn everybody ahead of time, do not fuck with this dude, leave him alone, right? And this dude would be approached by people here and there, and yeah, the next thing you know, the person that who approached him would be laying on the ground, and then they'd throw us out of the bar. You know, they warned everybody ahead of time. They'd throw us out of the bar. I would drive him to another bar, and the same thing would happen probably at that place. Or if they left him alone, he would drink in peace. You know what I'm saying? He wouldn't do anything. So, but this dude was a dangerous guy, and I used to be amazed. Now I was 22 at the time, and this dude was like over 50. I mean, he like, see, I'm 62 now, right? And I wish that I had the body that he had. You know what I'm saying? This dude was like rock hard. He had a gym in this house where he lived in a very quiet neighborhood and didn't bother nobody. He was, like I said, he was never there. But the house was fully secured with fucking like electronics that I had never seen before, cameras all over the place, and this dude had everything he needed at that house. He also had a secret room where he had a trove of items, guns, and all sorts of stuff. I mean, some serious stuff. Okay, so let me go ahead and get to the real point of this. Since the Trump administration has taken office, I mean, a lot of the people who are in the intelligence business have stepped away or just disappeared. And these are guys that were protecting our country, serving our interests overseas, and they see what is happening because of the Trump administration, and they have all stepped away. A lot of them have really stepped away. The only people that are now in government right now are the people that are going to back Donald Trump's bullshit. So, and this really should be concerning because I'm going to tell you some things and you're not going to want to hear them. Okay, number one, let me just say that Joe Rogan really sold out the manosphere the other day. Really sold out the manosphere the other day. Went in there and stood behind Trump and tried to make Donald Trump come off as the stable genius. But we all know he's not, all right? We all know he's not. And everything that Donald Trump is doing is trying to hide the Epstein files, number one, because if that truth comes out, then he will be brought down. He knows that, okay? So, but getting back to Joe Rogan. So Donald Trump has been employing, contracting out groups of men to work as teams to go and pick up people. We already know it's been tried with ICE. They've been doing this for a while, but this is going to be another force. And this is all connected to the budget bill that is being considered by the Congress right now. And they're trying to push it through. And there is funds there for these groups. And when these groups are triggered, then they are going to go out in force all around the country with lists of individuals whose faces have been scanned, whose records have been pulled to the side and sorted out, and they will have all the information on everybody that they're going to pick up. These groups will be picking up people, and they will be put in these facilities that the Trump administration has already rented and is occupying right now, and is they already have people that are going to be working there to lock up people. Okay, so he's also trying to open up Alcatraz. So, I mean, think about it. That Alcatraz would be for the worst of the worst. That means the people who could threaten his plan the most. Okay, so and Joe Rogan is being used by Donald Trump. Joe Rogan is sold out the manosphere. What is going to happen, more than likely, is that Donald Trump is going to use Joe Rogan's program as the trigger mechanism to set these wheels in motion. And when that happens, like I said, they'll be coming to get specific individuals whose names are already on that list. And for everybody who thinks maybe that's a little overboard, sounds like a conspiracy. Okay, go back to my show 4 or 5 months ago, and I called all the things that were going on with Andrew and everything that was going to happen to him. Now, since Andrew, they took his prince title and everything and stuck him away, you haven't been hearing from him. They've been keeping him out of the press. No, they're not. Yeah, they're not going to try to put him in the courts over there. If the king is smart, like I think he is, he will have put him somewhere where he's not going to have access to any kind of electronic means like TVs or computers or cell phones, and he's not going to be having any conversations with anybody. So I suggested that he send him to the Pope. Uh, Whether he did that or not, I don't know, but certainly that's something that he should be doing. So, in so far as the Iran situation, Donald Trump continues to change the goalposts, and that's why we got mission creep, right? Okay, so in regards to the mission creep, any of you who have family members that are serving in the military and in this operation over there, you may have heard from them, may have not, that the situation on the ships is very, very bad because they have not been in port for a while. They have not been making their port calls. They are not being supplied with the things that they need. Soldiers are being made to sleep in areas where they probably shouldn't be having to sleep. They are being made to go without showers or stuff like that. They are being served food that is, not in line with what they normally get. So this is something that is going to be talked about when the real letters from soldiers come home, if indeed they make it home, because I'm not sure whether the government will be looking at every letter that goes out. Anybody that says anything bad about what's been going on, yeah. Yo, okay. Thank you very much there, Michael, for your comment. And you just keep on watching and you're going to find out very, very soon. So, as I said, I had this friend of mine who was working for the CIA back in the game. And he's probably about 80 now, I'm not sure. But for all of the intelligence people that have jumped away from their service because they saw what was coming. Right now is the time where we need you. You know what I'm saying? We need you because even though all of the operatives that were being used in government service to do the things that we need them to do overseas and stuff like that, even some of the black ops people, these guys are the only ones, along with some of the smart people that see through Donald Trump's and Bibi Netanyahu's situation, what's going to happen over there. I'm not going to call that. I'm not going to call that because I'm hoping at some point that Americans are going to see the light, because when the Trump administration triggers the call out to the Proud Boys, to the Oath Keepers, that he just expunged all of their freaking records. So when this call out comes, all right, when this call out comes, I'm going to say that everybody is going to be in danger who is a Democrat, who has been at protests, who has been on the in the eyes of ICE, one of those people that needs to be picked up. Yeah, it's going to happen. And I'm not a Democrat, so thank you very much for those that are saying that. I'm not a Democrat. I'm a Republican. I'm just somebody who is not a MAGA cult member. So they're going to be using Joe Rogan's show to trigger this call out. And I'm going to call it right now that when this happens, then it's going to be over with. We will have lost the democracy that was America. And the only people who are smart enough to see through everything that's happening are the people that left the intelligence business, are the politicians or the businessmen that are not in the political world right now, but are in the shadows, that see what is going on. Much like the Federalists back in the game, you know what I'm saying? They were looking at everything that the king was doing at that time, and they knew it was not going to work out. And so our country was fought for by these people. And for anybody still trying to protect Donald Trump, go to the gas station, pay your $5 a gallon, what you're going to be paying. The farmers, it's killing me how much the farmers are being hurt by this situation, because they are. They are. They are. And for everybody that sits here keeps on trying to defend this pedophile that is in the office of the president, it's crazy. You guys, if you cannot see through the curtain, you know what I'm saying? Donald Trump was a part of the whole Epstein class, and you guys continue to protect him. Why? Are you being paid? Are you grifting off of him? I don't know, but tell me, because the fact is, if we don't as Americans, and like I said, I'm a Republican, I'm not a Democrat. So for everybody keep on saying that, yeah, a Cliff and everybody else who keeps on trying to say that, you can suck it, because when it starts going down, if you or your family members are on that list, you ain't gonna be able to help them. And you can call them dumb and you can call them everything else, okay? So, whatever it is, it's going to hurt everybody. Everybody, everybody. Our soldiers serving overseas, when the freaking trigger is pulled by Donald Trump and it goes out on Joe Rogan's program, because they're going to be using Joe Rogan. He went over there and stood behind Donald Trump, even after he already knows that Donald Trump is a fucking pedophile. He still goes to the Oval Office. How much they paid him, I don't know, but they paid him probably a hefty amount. So he goes over there, stands behind Donald Trump like he's a freaking stable genius. Get off the bullshit. He already knows he's a pedophile, and he still stands behind him. So, and now he's probably agreed to use his show to send out specific messages that will be used to trigger these groups of men to go out and pick people up. Oath keepers, proud boys, whatever other militias they may be employing, it's going to happen. And it is going to happen right in front of your eyes. And the thing is when it does happen, our soldiers that are serving overseas, it will be their families also that are being picked up. Their brothers and sisters, their fathers, going to be picked up and locked up, detained, put away, so that they cannot participate in any kind of vote against the Donald Trump regime. And it's going to happen, I'm telling you. I look at my podcast from a few months ago and you will see everything that I said has come to be, except for the one thing that has not come to be was the end of the Ukraine war. I thought it was going to happen a few months ago, but then Donald Trump backed all the way up, changed his whole tune, and now the Ukrainians are still doing their best to hold the line. And I 100% shout out to the King of Sweden. Yesterday, he was over there in Ukraine and backing people who he knows that are fighting for democracy. Donald Trump is not fighting for democracy. He is fighting against democracy. He is trying to put his picture everywhere. He is trying to put his name everywhere. If any of you can sit there and say, no, he's not, you are the liar, because he is doing it. He is going to put his name on the $100 bill. Why? Because he's all about money, and he's making all sorts of money off of the American people, as the American public is spending billions and billions of tax dollars that Donald Trump does not pay. Just, put that out there. And this money is being spent, $1 billion a day, for this war in Iran that didn't need to happen. The Hormuz Strait was open before, now it's closed again. And what Donald Trump told you guys and me, what, 10 months ago, that the nuclear facilities were totally obliterated. Yeah, that's obviously a lie, right? Because he came to you 2 months ago and said, they're going to have a bomb in 2 weeks. We had to do that. We have to attack them now. So this is continuous lie after lie after lie. Every day, Donald Trump changes his story. Then he goes to a different situation and starts a whole bunch of bullshit by attacking the Pope. I mean, attacking the Pope. The Pope didn't say anything about Donald Trump. The Pope is talking about war, all right? The Pope is trying to encourage peace in the world, not war in the world. So, as Donald Trump is continuing his illegal war in Iran, the economy in America is starting to slide back, and it's going to be some serious inflation soon. And maybe you guys got a little tax return, but that tax return is going to be gone in 2 weeks when you're paying for gas over $5 a gallon. Please get off the bullshit. Who are you kidding yourselves? Okay, so let me go to a couple other situations because it's also important that we talk about this. All right. So the war is only the beginning. All right. The dollars are flowing to Israel. The dollars are flowing to Israel. Bibi Netanyahu is trying to consume his country with ideology of taking over Iran, creating a pipeline from Saudi Arabia to Israel so they can bypass the Strait of Hormuz. Well, guess what? That pipeline is going to be attacked left and right every time they try to do that. So it's not going to work. And that's just going to be more and more money. So, but Donald Trump is continuing the war in Iran, and it is endangering more American lives. Donald Trump doesn't care about American lives. And that they have just started automatically registering your sons and daughters for the next war or for the next military operation, such as Cuba. And that's certainly on Donald Trump's mind. He wants to take over Cuba. So, yeah, yeah, I heard about that, Ramon. I'm not certain about that, but I would not be surprised about that. All right. Ramon was talking about DHS buying an incinerator. I would not be surprised about that. I've not heard anything about it, but I will certainly be researching that. So this money that is going out, this one, this money that is going out to Israel is, like I said, it's a lot, and they are tearing down buildings that were occupied by Palestinians, and they are just getting rid of everything, and they will be really rebuilding that and calling that Israel from now on. So the West Bank is also being cut back. They are attacking in the West Bank, and they're calling that land their own. Then, so to get to Iran, who knows who's in control over there? But the meme wars are freaking crazy. I don't know if you guys have seen any of the memes that they have sent out, any of the AI videos that they've been setting out, but they are freaking on target. Pete Hegseth is an alcoholic. Pete Hegseth is a eyesore to what should be a very respectable job. This dude does not deserve to be the Department of Defense head. This dude does not even deserve to be in the military. So he even tried to take away the rank of some of our gloried veterans that are serving in Congress now and threatened to take away their pay and stuff like that. This is really out of control. Never been done before. Only for saying the truth, telling service members don't violate the USMC, yeah, United States Military Code of Justice. So um, there's some other things that would like to talk about, such as the search of the Zorro Ranch. Not enough is being said about that. I'm not sure who is being responsible for doing the search, but I'm going to be doing some more research today because I know that that's right. Like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks a lot, Richard. Okay, so, but the search of the Zorro Ranch has certainly brought some evidence to light, but I'm going to be doing some research because um, it's important. It's important because the Epstein women are coming out. The lady that was Melania Trump's best friend back in the day, she was deported. She was married to Paolo Zampoli, and yeah, now she's been kicked out of the country due to his um, calling out ICE to grab her and send her out. She was deported. Now she's speaking out, and the secrets are coming out. There are some other secrets coming out. People are talking about Ellen DeGeneres. That's why Ellen DeGeneres is not in America anymore. And if indeed these things were going on, that they were using babies from these girls to suck out, I don't know, whatever stuff that they need to freaking insert into their bodies, shoot into their bodies to make them feel younger or whatever. I'm not sure, but it's serious science, something that Jeffrey Epstein was really into, and then they were also making jerky out of the young. So, I mean, that's some really disgusting stuff. I know it's really hard to listen to, and I'm not going to really get into it on on the air because for me, it's something that I would only talk to people about in person or on the phone. So, like I said, you guys need to be paying attention to what happens over there because when this call out comes, it's not going to be clear and it's not going to be just straight up call out. Um, it's going to be certain language used on Joe Rogan's show, and they will be listening for these words to be said. And when these words are said, then that will cause the call out of all these groups to start picking up their lists that they have already been given of these people. They are already We're already watching people. They're already getting ready. I can tell you it's going to happen before the midterms because, see, Donald Trump cannot let the midterms happen. So if any other Republicans end up dying and the Democrats somehow get control of the House, wow, I can tell you it's going to be a very interesting situation then because that will definitely cause that call out to happen immediately. So what the words are going to be, I don't know. It will certainly be something that all the groups that have been contracted by the Trump administration, they will know. They will know. All right. So just letting you guys know ahead of time. So in the budget bill, in the budget bill, there is enough money there for all of these groups to be paid for 1 year. So, and these guys will get that salary. And when they get that salary, they will be part of the group that will be locking up and holding American citizens in jail, in prisons until Donald Trump can secure the authoritarian rule that he wants. Hopefully, there's going to be some sort of, yeah, I don't know, coming of God. I don't know what's going to happen. Something needs to happen. And I'm thinking the only people who are going to be able to stand up and do anything against this regime are the people that left the CIA, are the people that left the FBI, are the people that left political office and hid. And there's been a bunch of physicists and scientists. I know you guys have probably been seeing. Yeah, I know, Lenny. Yeah, you're right. Maria, yeah, I don't know. It's going to probably have to take something like that. And God help us all. Yeah, I'm sitting in Rostock, Germany. I'm not over there. I don't have to deal with it. But it's hurting me because my family and friends are over there. Yeah, and it's really not looking good. But I know that there are people that have left the FBI, left the CIA because they knew what was coming. They were being forced out. They were being forced out. And I can tell you that all of these people that were forced out and the ones that left on their own, they did it the smart way. They just left and went and hid. You know what I'm saying? They know how to hide. They know how to conceal their location. They know how, and if the Trump administration ends up finding them, they will be killing them. There's you need to understand this is like the situation that Russia has over there. When Putin has people who he considers um, opposition or people who will do something to take his power, he kills them. Okay? That's what he does. And so that's what Donald Trump is getting ready to do. Okay, I know that Trump's people are watching us. I know that Trump's people are watching the people that left government office. I know that Trump's people are trying to watch the CIA that have left and disappeared. I know that the Trump administration is trying to find those scientists and physicists who have vanished. Some of them may be in the custody of the Trump administration. Some of them may be locked up already. Thank you. And so it goes. Yeah, yeah. Not on drugs, dude. I just got a little bit of coffee right here. All right. So, um, I know that the Trump administration is doing this stuff. All right. It's my opinion, everything that I've told you, but I'm telling you what, the Trump administration is not going to do anything good for Americans trying to live their lives. Your gas prices are already over $4 a gallon everywhere in America. The average gas price is 4.17 in America. So, you guys, anybody who's still trying to take up for Donald Trump here on my stream, hey, find another place because nobody's buying your bullshit. Okay, nobody is buying your bullshit, and you're taking up for a pedophile. All right, this is somebody who was best friends with Jeffrey Epstein for 15 years. This is somebody who started a modeling agency so he could cater to Jeffrey Epstein and those people who he was serving. Jeffrey Epstein served people who were prime ministers, who were princes, who were heads of state, who were actors, ball players, authors, all sorts of people. But if they were into some kinky stuff, Jeffrey Epstein had some girls for him. And in one of those emails that he got from one of these people who the name was redacted, why was the name redacted? Why was the name redacted? That's what I want to know. So, and this person said, "Oh, your littlest girl was so naughty." They talked about a 9-year-old girl that was involved in this stuff who was used in this situation. There is it's really sickening the level of people here that are willing to accept Donald Trump's non like you guys try to ignore that he was involved when it says on the FBI documents that Donald Trump was knew all about the conspiracy. Well, I don't have it here, but I got this one here. And this talks about the National Security Presidential Memorandum, NSPM 7. You guys look that up. I guarantee you will freak out because that is some scary stuff. That is the NSPM 7 is the money in the budget bill that is going to pay for these groups of individuals such as the Oath Keepers, the Proud Boys, and everybody else who will be called out by Donald Trump to to go and pick up Americans. All right. Hey, and thanks for watching. All right, you guys, give me a thumbs up. Hey, like and share. All right, I'm not earning no money off of this. I'm only doing this because my family and friends live in America. I have a lot of friends in Hollywood. I have a lot of friends in Chicago, in Florida. I used to live in Palm Beach. All right, I used to live in Palm Beach. I lived at the Breakers for like 3 months. Um, I lived in in Long Island for a period of time also back in the 80s when Donald Trump was over there. Um, I've lived all around America. I've lived in 40 states in America and 8 different countries. And I know what I'm seeing and I know it's scary stuff. And the stuff that's happening on the streets of America with ICE is something that is also out of control. Yeah, they were talking about they were gonna. Donald Trump was talking about he was gonna pick up all the bad guys, all the criminals, all the drug dealers, all the gang members, and everything. And it's gone beyond that. You know what I'm saying? They were picking up all the farmers, all the people that were out there farming, pulling the products from the fields and stuff, the vegetables and stuff. So it's just, it's a little annoying that these people here continue to try to defend Donald Trump and all the stuff that he's doing. While all of this is going on, our soldiers on those ships at sea are going without, the proper food, without the proper hygiene. They're not being able to shower. They're on duty almost the whole time. They've been out there over their amount of time that they're supposed to be at sea. And maybe this information is coming out. Maybe some of you know of it, some of you don't. But if you have family members that are serving over there in the military, there's a certain thing that they can say. I can't remember what it's called. It's called in. It's when they don't want to, when they feel that what they're doing is not in line with a president's, um, yeah, power. It's called, shit, what is it called? Okay, well, I don't have it here. I've got so many notes. I take notes every day. I do research every day. But it's called something like an automa- automatic or not automatic, objectionable, some shit. Man, where is it here? Anyway, when military members feel like they're doing something that is against what they're supposed to be doing, they can file a form or a report or something like that with their commanders, and it can be looked at, and they will be consulted, and then they will, or not consulted, they will be counseled, and then maybe they'll either decide yeah or no, and then they might, yeah, conscientious objection. Thank you. Have you seen my jetpack? Thank you very much for that. Yeah, conscientious objection. That's right. It's something like that exactly. But this has been going up more and more. There's more soldiers that are on those ships that are really seeing that maybe this is not something that they should be doing. And for those soldiers, the question is, is this the same guy that wear the big hats? Big hats. Oh, I don't know. I got LA hats. These my LA hats. Yeah. Okay, because I'm from LA. Um, yeah. So there's been more and more soldiers that have been filing these forms to the commanders. And so my question is, what are they doing with these soldiers that are filing these conscientious objections? You know what I'm saying? When they feel like not doing something that's legal. You know? So the question is, what are they doing with them? Are they putting them in the brig? Are they locking them up? What are they doing with them? I want to know. If anybody finds out, please write me at Matt Fox on the tube and let me know. Please, you guys, if you have some comments later on or something like that and you want to reach out to me, I encourage each and every one of you to do that, all right? I will answer each and every one of your comments. And if you feel like I'm wrong, I can accept that. But if it comes to be that I am correct, hello from Denmark. Hi, thanks, Barb. Barker, Peter. Yeah. Okay, wherever you guys are at, I hope you're safe, all right? And I just don't feel it's right that Americans need to be throwing away billions of dollars for a war that is illegal. And if Donald Trump goes anywhere and ends up getting arrested, he will go before the ICC at some point. And I did an interview the other day on the streets of Rostock over here. I talked to a couple of ladies, and I'm going to be doing some more interviews in the coming days here in Germany, talking to some Germans and how Everything that happens in America affects the Germans here. Yeah, I do speak German because I learned it when I moved over here 15 years ago or 16 years ago. I am married, I have a child, and you know what I'm saying? It's important for me to be able to have a child that I can raise, who can grow up to be a smart kid, who can grow up to understand democracy and authoritarianism and fascism. And what you guys are now running into over there is fascism. You have Donald Trump who's putting his name all over the DOJ, putting his name on on buildings, building shit that doesn't need to be built, and he's trying to build himself a bunker underneath a ballroom so that when his term is over, he can go and hide in and say he's still in charge. So he's going to try to get us into a war and claim that because the U.S. is being attacked, that he's still president and there can't be a vote. So that's what's going to happen, folks. I hate to tell you, but that's what's going to happen. So I'm going to go ahead and shut it down for now, but let me just go ahead and point this out. All right, automatic registration is already happening. You guys, if you got sons or daughters or whatever, they're going to be automatically registered for the draft. You already know. All right. My son was very sad to hear that because he thought because see they were talking about that over here in Germany that they're going to register all young men for the draft. So what happens? He says, "Oh yeah, well then I'll just go to America because he's dual citizen." And he says, "Okay, well I'll just go to America." Well, the other day they just said, "Well, that's going to be happening in America too." So, um, couple other things. Bibi Netanyahu continues to do what he wants to do over there. He's made some comments or spoke to Lebanon, but he's still attacking Hezbollah over there. Yeah, right or wrong, I don't know how that's the way to go about it. Possibly a better way. Apparently, the Lebanese want to speak to him, but the Hezbollah, they are a different breed over there. So, how they get them out of their power over there, don't have any idea. But certainly, uh, throwing bombs on Lebanese citizens is not the way to go. Um, Chuck Schumer needs to go. Hakeem Jeffries needs to go. Um, and we need somebody in the GOP to put their foot down and say, this has got to stop. Because there was a time when the GOP was 100% the party that I was behind. And now the GOP has sold their soul to a convicted sex offender, and maybe they're on the list, maybe they're not on the list. If you're on the list, go ahead and get out of politics. All right? If you're on the list, get out of politics. I want justice for the women who suffered at the hands of Jeffrey Epstein, who went through the things that they went through. I mean, there was more than one girl died. More than one girl died. And it is amazing for me that everybody that comments here and still backs Donald Trump's bullshit does not see through the veil that Donald Trump was and is an Epstein pedophile, just like he was. Just as bad as Epstein, Donald Trump was. So, because he was supplying the girls. He was supplying the girls. If you go look on my page, you will see on my head, on my channel, that there is a document from the Epstein files where it says Trump was actively recruiting girls. Actively recruiting girls, okay? Trump did so many things that were so offensive that if you read them, if you deny them, then you're just a cult member, because when it comes down to it later on, You better hope and pray that your name isn't on the list. But what if your sister's name is on the list? What if your brother's name is on the list? What if your aunt's name is on the list? What are you going to say? Oh, fuck them. Yeah, if they just get locked up, you know what I'm saying? No big deal. They were going to vote for somebody other than Trump anyway. Is that what you're going to do? Is that what you're going to do when your family or your friends get locked up? You're going to say, ah, fuck them. They were just going to vote for the Democrats anyway. Is that it? It's not a Democrat and Republican thing. I'm saying there's people of all races and all kinds in America. Some of them believe one way, some of them believe another way. The Pope believes in peace, Trump believes in war, right? But the Pope is American. All right. It's really disgusting to sit and watch the Trump administration defile our reputation around the world. I mean, when I get talked to here in the streets over here in Germany, the people cannot understand it. The people cannot understand it. And for all the peace loving people in the world, for all of the people who are against pedophilia, for all the people that want their sons and daughters, yeah, to serve in the military, but not to be thrown into illegal wars, then I'm with you. Okay? I'm with you. Okay, I'm Matt Fox coming to you live from Rostock, Germany. It's been a pleasure for me to be able to speak to you guys today. Whether you do or don't agree with me, that's your thing. It's my opinion. The things that I've discussed here, um, I'm calling it I'm calling it what it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm calling what I see. And as I told you, I have experience with individuals in various levels of government throughout my years. I'm 62 years old. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't do it just sitting around in one state. I moved around. I was in many states and I had friends in all areas of government. I have friends of mine who were astronauts. I had friends of mine who were in the CIA, FBI, served in politics. I had one friend that served in the Senate for 60 years. 60 years. So if you can possibly understand that maybe you don't have a full grip on everything, then watch Donald Trump's interviews from just the past 2 months. He started with one thing, then he changed it, and then he changed it again. He changed it again. He changed it again. And now you're sitting there with mission creep. All right? That's total mission creep is what's happening. He said he was going to go over there, bomb Iran, and they were going to be out of there. And they weren't going to have any more weapons, and they weren't going to have any more ships, and weren't going to have any more Navy. But yet the Hormuz Straits are closed, and your gas prices are over, what, 420 now? Yeah. All right, guys. This is Matt Fox. I got to go, and I'm going to wish you all the best wherever you're at, in America, not in America. I love you. Take care of yourselves. Take care of your family. And please, what I tell my friends all the time, tell your family you love them because you never know when your day is going to come, all right? So this is Matt Fox, and this was Matt Fox on the Tube and Trump at War, Mission Creep.